I grew up without my father. I used to stare at old photos wondering who I was and where I fit in. That kind of absence leaves questions. But over time, I learned identity isn't just about where you come from. It's about what you choose to become. I took that emptiness and filled it with purpose, with empathy. I decided I wouldn't let what was missing define me. Instead, I'd let it drive me to build something greater for myself and for others who felt unseen. I walked through neighborhoods where dreams felt distant, people struggling, tired, but still hoping. I remember one woman telling me, "I don't want pity. I want a future." That stuck with me. It was on the south side of Chicago, not in any textbook, where I truly learned what service meant. Purpose isn't given, it's found in listening, in lifting others up. Those streets, those voices made me who I am. They didn't need saving. They needed someone to believe with them. When I first ran for office, people said I was too young, too different. Doors closed, crowds were small. I remember one event, 3 people showed up, and still I spoke like the room was full. Because belief starts with how you carry yourself when no one's clapping. I wasn't running to impress. I was running to serve. Every no pushed me closer to a yes. Sometimes you don't rise because you're ready. You rise because there's no other choice but forward. There were moments when the world felt too heavy, but Michelle was always my anchor. Her strength for honesty, her love reminded me who I was and why I started. Our marriage wasn't perfect, but it was real. We built each other up through long nights, hard fights, and quiet wins. The truth is, you don't do life alone. Find someone who challenges you, lifts you, and keeps you honest. That kind of love doesn't just support your dreams. It sharpens your soul. During my presidency, I met a mother whose son had been killed by gun violence. She looked at me with eyes full of pain and said, "Don't let them forget him." I carry her voice with me because behind every policy, there's a face, a broken heart, a life interrupted. That's what drives me. It's not the politics, it's the people. If I can give even one person hope or help someone stand a little taller, that's enough. That's why I keep going. That's why I'll never stop. Late one night in the White House, I passed a janitor mopping the hallway. I stopped and said, "Thank you." He smiled and replied, "Just doing my part, sir." That hit me because no role is small when it serves a bigger purpose. That man wasn't just cleaning. He was holding up the same house I lived in. That kind of quiet dignity, that unseen contribution that's the foundation of this country. Titles don't define worth. Character does. I stood outside Melius' dorm room, holding back tears as we said goodbye. I thought about my own journey from a kid with no father to a father letting go. That moment hurt. But it was beautiful, because parenthood is about planting seeds. You may never see bloom fully. You love, you guide, and then you let go. Watching her walk forward reminded me legacy isn't what we leave behind, it's who we raise up to carry it. When I walked across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, I felt the weight of footsteps before mine. John Lewis, Dr. King, everyday people who risked everything. I wasn't just walking, I was carrying their dream forward. That moment reminded me we don't inherit freedom, we earn it, and we honor those who came before by continuing the work. Progress is not handed to us. We walk, we stumble, and we rise together. One day, a letter landed on my desk from a 10-year-old girl. She wrote, "Dear Mr. President, I want to be brave like you, but sometimes I'm scared." That letter stopped me cold, because I was scared too. Still am sometimes, but courage isn't about never being afraid. It's about standing up anyway. That little girl reminded me that every word I spoke mattered, because someone was listening, and sometimes they're listening with hope in both hands. I remember standing in the rain during a small campaign stop, no podium, soaked to the bone. I thought, Maybe I should cancel, but the people stay. Elderly folks, kids, standing in puddles just to hear a message of hope. That moment taught me when people believe in something bigger than themselves, weather doesn't matter. Weather doesn't matter. That's when I knew this was bigger than me. Hope isn't just a slogan, it's a force.